Welcome to the next episode of Maker Melissa's Lab. In this video I'm going to be putting the Hemera onto here along with anything else in order to get the x-axis going here. And then I'm going to continue on and start into the electronics. If you haven't seen the previous videos, you may want to catch up on those. I can go ahead and link them in the description. Let's get started. I'm going to start with attaching this up here, and so that that's nice and secure, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, I've gone ahead and attached these so they're nice and secure, and the next step is to get the Hemera assembled. I'm going to go ahead and unbox that. First thing I have is the main body of the Hemera. There's a PTFE tube. Let's get this other stuff out of the way. That's for later steps. We have a cable of some sort. I think that is the motor cable. Ah, okay, it comes with a little fan. I didn't know that. Had I known that, I probably wouldn't have bought this Prusa one. Oh well. We have the hot end parts, which includes the heat break, the nozzle, this part which I can't think of the name, and some heatsink compound. And we got some miscellaneous screws and some wrenches and a little sticker that says Hermes, which they had a little marketing issue and had to end up changing the name from Hermes to Hemera. I'm going to go ahead and start assembling this here. Okay, I've gone ahead and assembled the Hemera just as the instructions, with the exception that I now have it facing this direction, which is required for the bare Hemera mount. That way I don't have to go and do it in two different steps. It has this little PTFE tube sticking out of it. I don't know if I'm going to end up taking that off or not. Oh, I just realized I didn't put this on. Actually, they probably didn't have me put that on yet because it'll probably get in the way. So I'm going to just hold off on that. And I can go ahead and put this thingy on here. There. Now I'm going to go ahead and start assembling the mount board so that I can attach it onto these blocks. Okay, I've gone ahead and assembled a lot of this already. I've put this fan on. I have this nozzle that I printed with ASA, and I've gone ahead and routed the cables here, and the next step is going to be getting the pieces on here so I can actually attach it onto the printer. Okay, I've gone ahead and I'm actually holding the wires in place here, but I've attached the back here, which is going to go onto the printer. And I had to end up taking this fan and kind of turning it 90 degrees, and I think it's just about ready to go on there. Okay, I've gone ahead and attached that, and the next step is to put on this belt here. And then once that's on, this little cover will go over and secure the cables all together. Then I'll attach the cables to a little couple pieces here that'll keep it all nice and organized. I won't be able to continue after that because I do not have the board on here at this time. That will be in a future step. Okay, I've gone ahead and done that, and now I'm going to go ahead and do these top cables here. I have this extra textile wrap. I think it was from my MMU or something. And I have this little piece of nylon filament, which I will be using to give it a little extra tension. And that just inserts right into there. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything all wrapped up in here. No pun intended. And now I'll add some zip ties. One thing is you get a lot of zip ties with the Prusa printers. So much so that I still have these even though I've used a lot from my original Prusa printer over there. I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this all bundled up and then I'll get on to the next thing. There, I've gone ahead and got everything all bundled up here. So next we're going to go ahead and work on this, and I have a little control panel. Now, this was one I got off of Amazon and it had to be modified in order to work with this printer. I replaced the potentiometer, or not the potentiometer, the little digital trim pot. I had to take this button, and it's actually an amalgamation of two different buttons. I took a regular one and then I took the little part inside of it out of a similar button that only had 2 prongs instead of 4. I combined those together. I had to go and take these off of here, and in the process I scratched the board a bunch and I ruined my screwdriver, so that wasn't very good. And I had to go and resolder a flatter potentiometer on here, so I wouldn't recommend doing this method. But I've gone ahead and hooked it up to the Prusa MK3S and tested it out, and it does in fact work and it fits in here. So let's go ahead and get this on here however it goes on. I think something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I've gone ahead and installed this, as well as I put these little end caps on all 4 corners here. I was going to go ahead and stop at this point, but I think I'm going to actually keep on going. So the next step is to install the power supply. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, I think I have to install... Oh, this thing's starting to get heavy. I'm going to go ahead and install these mounts here. And I imagine they go... Oh yeah, okay, that fits well. And that just goes like that. So that's why we don't have the end caps on here yet. Okay, I've gone ahead and attached the power supply here. I was a little afraid that I'd have to take this off because these attach to the inside of here, but I was able to just drop the T-nuts right in there, and it actually worked out really well. And I had already put the right part on here, so it fit wonderfully. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the main board here. So I have these parts, and I have an INC board here, and I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, I've gone ahead and attached the main board on here. I sealed it up with an M3 screw here, but it has an INC on there. And there's one last thing to do. We're going to go ahead and insert these little clips right on the front here. And what these do is they prevent the heated bed from going forward so much that the Hemera hits the little screws that are on the heated bed. But I think that is it for today. I hope you like this video, and be sure to like it if you like it. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you aren't already, and hit that bell icon if you want to be notified of all the different videos that I put out. And I'll see you in my next video.